Hello, this is Spencer, and this is a patch rundown for patch 1.9.1 in the game of Fortnite, so let's get into it. This particular patch is going to be introducing a brand new item into the game known only as the smoke grenade. The smoke grenade is a non-lethal grenade that is thrown similar to a frag grenade, but rather than exploding and causing damage to enemy players, instead it creates a white cloud of smoke that obscures vision. I see this item being used absolutely amazingly. People create these very large lethargic bases that are almost impossible to get into. But if you're able to throw these smoke grenades into their base, obscure vision, move in with your buddies with shotguns, and essentially clean house, it allows for a different playstyle to manifest. And I absolutely love this item. I was a little worried that it was going to affect frame rates, but based on recent testing, there really hasn't been that much of a change. There's not really any pixelation or anything like that. The cloud looks very, very heavy when you walk into it. It's very cloudy, and it's really, really tough to see people. So it's something that can be used either offensively or defensively. The difference between this item and frag grenade as well is that it comes in a stack of 5 as opposed to a stack of 3. So just another thing to keep in mind when you pick it up. Definitely check it out. Awesome new item introduced into the game. I absolutely love it. Next thing. Woo! Leaderboards. Thank you, devs, for listening. People want to know who are the best players on the planet. Now, I really hope they widen the scope for what they actually expect out of this, because right now it's only tracking kills or not kills, sorry, wins. And, you can go an entire game, kill one person, and win the game. So I'm really hoping they really open it up to who has the best KDA in the world, who survives the longest every game, who plays the most, stuff like this, really showing and highlighting who the best player is, because wins might not necessarily be the greatest indicator for who's the best player. It's definitely the best person who can survive, but it doesn't necessarily mesh who kills the most people with at the exact same time wins the game. I want to find that perfect balance, so I'm hoping they really widen the scope. We're going to skip over this stuff here. We're going to go right into the patch notes for per playlist loot. Okay, so a patch ago, they actually introduced squads and duos, increased ammo. You open up an ammo crate or you open up a chest. Rather than opening up 10 medium ammo in both of them, they increased it from 10 to 14 on duos, 10 to 18 on squads. So now they're setting it up so that on the floor, you walk into a house, you see an AR, you go to pick it up, there's that ammo right there with it. Now that's going to be 18 if you're in squads. That's going to be 14 if you're in duos. It's awesome. I love the fact that they're introducing that. Great little change. Next thing we're going to talk about, rocket launcher is coming back. Obviously, it was the pumpkin launcher because of the Fortnite mares and this, that, and the other. The strategy of riding on rockets is going to stay. Absolutely awesome. I'm really excited that they're keeping that in. Fantastic. And really, bug fixes, this, that, and the other. The last thing, the fourth thing that I want to talk about here is environmental bush locations have been changed across the world. But not that. Bushes will no longer be in different locations on different platforms. This is something that should have never been a problem in the first place. This should honestly be listed under bug fixes, but I'm really glad they fixed this. Perhaps you have a friend who plays on PlayStation. I have a couple of my buddies, we do squads, they play on PlayStation, I play on PC, and they would think they're standing in a bush, but they weren't standing in a bush, and they would just get killed all the time. They're like, what the heck's going on? So now all the bushes are universal. So every single platform, all the bushes are in the exact same spots. Great. This should have been like this from the very beginning, but I'm glad the devs recognized where they had failed and they actually fixed it. That's really it. Everything else is pretty much fixes, hot fixes, bug fixes, this, that, and the other. We're going to stick with Battle Royale here, but just to recap. Number 1, boom, smoke grenade, awesome. Move around like a ninja, obscure enemy vision, jump into enemy bases, not be seen, throw a smoke grenade down, run away from a fight that doesn't really seem like it's going your way. Next thing we're going to talk about, leaderboards. Boom, awesome, wins. I hope they add KDA. I hope they add the most amount of kills. I hope they add, who survives the longest, this, that, and the other, who plays the most. I hope they really widen the scope for what the leaderboards are all about. Also, and I just recently noticed this, is that if you go to search for your friends and you can set it up on the leaderboards where it says, you only want to look at what your friends are doing, it will only show you who's gotten top 3 and top 6. I don't know if this was by mistake, but it only goes to global wins next. So, for example, it doesn't tell you how many wins your friends actually have. I'm hoping they fix this. I don't know if this was necessarily done on purpose. It doesn't really make sense to me. So, if you're watching this, devs, please fix that. Show it. I want to see how many wins my friends have so that we can measure each other's. You get the point. Anyway, next thing, ammo on the ground increased from 10 to 14 in duos, increased from 10 to 18 in squads. Cool. Something that needed more firefights. Don't have to worry about ammo as much. Fantastic. And the last thing, more of a bug fix than anything, but I'm glad that they're doing it, is that bushes are now universal across all platforms, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. If you enjoyed this video, those are the big four. Please give it a like. Please make sure to subscribe. Once again, this is Spencer giving you a patch rundown for patch 1.9.1 in the game of Fortnite. Enjoy your Fortnite games. Get out there on a killing spree and have a good one. Peace.